Well, hello, everybody. Welcome back to another episode of Unfiltered Desire, smashing sex stigmas with Tobi and Dina, whom I am a self mastery mentor and earth angel. And I'm here with Dina. Dina, you want to introduce yourself to everybody
Yes,
before we get into this episode?
yes, Toby. Kisses for you. I love you so much. I am Dina Alexander and I'm from Aruba. I am a sacred sexual awareness coach. I do believe that sex and spirituality should be married. And if you know who you are, you can even manifest or create whatever you want in the material and spiritual. That's what I teach.
And I'm so thrilled to be with you. I love you so much, Dina. And I'm tuning in from Montreal. So this is a bond between Montreal and Aruba. So that's awesome. And we are getting into a very sacred and silenced topic. And what's that? Today we're going to be talking about the power of semen retention, going from pleasure to purpose. And, this has been silenced over the years, but this is ancient wisdom that we're going to share with you today. So, what I would love for you all to do, because this is a truth that has to be shared amongst all the platforms. So, give us a like, give us a share, and make sure that you leave us some comments. Because what if ejaculation was costing you more than you knew? What if your seed wasn't just physical, but spiritual, creative, sacred? In this unapologetically raw and revolutionary episode, we are going to open the truth about semen retention, what it really means, why it's misunderstood, and how men and their partners can harness one of the most potent forces of life for purpose, power, and energetic mastery. Yes, that's what we're doing today. So, Dina, do you want to kick it off with what semen retention actually is?
Yes, yes. We're asking yeah, what is semen retention, Toby? First, let's clarify what it is not. For me, it's important for people to know because I had a gentleman last week. No, this week. I had a gentleman in my coaching, become the better man, become the good, the better man. And I do touch semen retention a little bit in that coaching process. And is telling me, oh, there is someone there. Who is
Yeah,
there?
it's Andy. So I'll show you the comments before. She said, "Hey, beautiful ladies." And
Ah,
then when you mentioned semen retention, she said, "Yes, it is very sacred." So I just responded, "Hi, Andy. Love you."
kisses from you from Aruba, Andy. So let's talk about what it is not, because the gentleman told me he is doing semen retention because he is not having sex, he is not masturbating, and I told him not. No, that is not semen retention. That is celibacy. There is a
That's right.
difference.
That's
Yes.
right.
So let's talk about what it is not. It's often mistaken and simply not ejaculating, but that it's not part of the story. Semen retention is about consciously conserving and directing your sexual energy. It is a spiritual practice rooted in ancient traditions across Taoist and Tantric tools and even some Buddhist teachings. It is not about repression, as the gentleman was talking about. It's about or denial and putting it not you don't want to think about it. No, it's about mastery and reverence. Okay, and I like it because you have to make work of it. It doesn't just happen. Okay, and it's beautiful when you realize by yourself that, wow, I just got an orgasm without ejaculation. When I started as a sex coach 6 years ago, and I had to go experience some things myself. For example, squirting. I'm a lady, I have a pussy. I can teach. I couldn't do it beforehand, but I taught myself through my own practices. But something like semen retention, I couldn't experience it because I don't have a penis. So through another coach, she got a someone that was wanted to test for me. Together with his wife, they came to me, and I gave him the tools, and but with agreement that he will document every single feeling, or whatever comes, he needs to document it. So he had to masturbate, okay, and every day, I think. I don't remember, but and he said he was at work. He went to the toilet and he had to masturbate, and he was ready. He didn't ejaculate, and he went to the door and he felt his whole body like a rush, and he said, "That's the orgasm." He felt it. So, and when he came here, he was very, very um happy because it was a good feeling. So that's how, for everybody it's different, okay, but it's a practice, and you need to like, you need to master it, as what I said before. What comes up, Toby? I was talking.
Oh, I love it. I love it. You know why? Because it's not, you see, people think it's repression, and it's not big, and it's not celibacy. It is a conscious practice of holding your seed, not to deny yourself, but to redirect your energy into the highest expression of your mind, body, business, and spirit. Okay? Literally. It's not about never releasing, it's about choosing when, why, and how to release. Retention isn't restriction, eh? Not at all. It's redirection. You don't lose power. Okay. You actually gain power by saying yes to what matters to you. And if you want to amplify your power and connectivity to source, that's exactly how you have to redirect your sexual energy. Okay. And you touched greatly on like the ancient spiritual roots. And there's science behind this about conserving your sexual energy. It's a vital life force. Okay.
Yeah,
So every drop of it is sacred. And you mentioned the tantrics. Well, the tantric sages treated sexual energy as a divine current. So that's your currency, your first wealth, your first money. Okay. So when you look at it like that, yo, you, so all of these guys that are just going and dropping their seed anyhow, anyway, you're actually paying. That's
yes.
it's like you're paying your currency, your divine currency. And modern science shows that retaining it for periods of time raises your testosterone. It improves your clarity. It improves your cognitive function, your discipline, your focus through more, even though spirituality, you may think, oh, it's just spiritual. No, that's your given life force. It's your seed, is your substance of creation, a force that births both life and purpose. What are you
I
conscious?
love it. I love it. So let's go back a little bit. You touched a little bit about the roots and the science. Okay, let's dissect that area. Okay, what does Andrea say? That
She
is
said
very
that's a
powerful.
that is very powerful. I can squirt too. I never knew how powerful it could be until recently because she reconnected.
Perfect, perfect. That's great,
It's a
Andrea.
yes with intention.
Kudos. Kudos to you, because I love it when a woman can enjoy of her body and take enjoy of those special liquids. These are goddess liquids. They are not liquids to throw away. So that's what I teach. These are very life force liquids. So, but that's another session. No, okay, let's go back to semen retention.
Yes.
So, historically, as you said, cultures have recognized semen as a vital creative force. And I want to retouch that part, because you already spoke about that. Because some people does take it lightly, okay? From, from Taoist alchemy to tantric spirituality, the retention of semen was seen as a way to conserve and amplify one's energy for spiritual awakening.
Yes.
So nobody knows that. It's very important. You will uh, um, shove that veil for you to see things that you want to see, and that's a practice, a very powerful practice if you have a penis.
You know, Dina, actually, not only just for the ones with a penis, but I'm going to let you all know from a woman that used her own sexual energy to redirect and break through the crown to acquire Christ consciousness and a full lit crown. I personally used my own sexual energy, abstained from sex with another person, built my energy, redirected it, and burst it through my crown on purpose. So what we're talking about today doesn't just apply to men. Women, you can use it too, and you can use it for creation also, because I personally acquired my crown by doing exactly what Dina mentioned. So this is real. And
Yes.
she touched on a really important topic, because honestly, that is your crown activation through semen retention. And, you know, I can say that this is with absolute clarity that a man practices semen retention with sacred intention. He doesn't just preserve his physical energy, he activates the divine within him.
Yes, yes, and that's what I wanted to highlight. What I wanted to highlight also, and that you spoke about it, maybe we should do a segment like this for the women.
Yes.
Okay, because I feel like we want to talk about it. I mean, we need to do that. So what I wanted to highlight also, and you touched it a little bit, modern science support this. Studies have shown that over ejaculation can deplete testosterone levels and diminish mental clarity and even impact motivation. Conversely, abstaining or practicing retention can increase clarity, confidence, and vitality. So it's not only something that is spiritual, but it's science proven also. It's a fusion of ancient wisdom and contemporary science. When you understand our energetic biology, we see semen as a resource, a powerhouse of potential. That's how we should live, because we are human. We are not animals. We are not here only to procreate.
It's very true, because the ancients knew that your power was in your seed. It's just that the modern world has just forgotten. But it's time for everybody to remember, literally, because you touched on a huge part of it all. And you know what? From root to crown, okay, that's the journey of ascension in your energetic body. Okay. Your root chakra is associated with your sexual energy also, because of your sacral chakra right there with it. They work together. Okay. They can't work just one alone. So they work together. And you know what? It's associated with sexual energy, survival, and primal instinct. When a man chooses to retain his seed, that energy doesn't vanish. It begins to rise, and it moves upward through his sacral, solar, heart, throat, and finally into his crown, his direct connection to source. This is not a metaphor. This is an energetic physiology. You stop draining the power. When you stop draining out your power at the base, okay, and instead transmit it, you move it upward into consciousness. So it's, instead of creating and draining a dumpage, you are creating Christ consciousness within.
Yes, yes, Tobi. Fantástico. That's how we say it in papiamento or Spanish.
I love it.
You know what? I want us to go to the orgasm part, because there
Perfect.
are so many misunderstood conceptions. I want us to dissect it again. Okay.
Perfect. Yes.
Here's a crucial point. Ejaculation doesn't mean necessarily that you need to orgasm. Some men does not orgasm when they ejaculate.
Nope.
Many men experience multi-orgasm without releasing. And that's the aim when you are practicing semen retention. Learning to separate the two can be a game changer. Okay, yes, conscious sexual practices teach you to experience deep pleasure, deep intimacy, and deep climax without losing your seat and your power, your life force. It's about surrendering into sensations without spilling your energy. And that's where true mastery begins.
Yes.
So, if you're listening to me and you are a male, you are a macho, alpha. So instead of chasing ejaculation, focus on cultivating full bodied pleasure from head to toe. A more profound and energizing experience that leaves you feeling charged rather than drained, like a woman, because that's how we feel after an orgasm. But we are built for that. Men is not built for that. So, what comes up, Toby?
Well, I think it's very important to know the two and to know the difference between the two because why, ejaculation and orgasm are not the same. Well, how you can separate the two is very easy. Orgasm is a neurological, energetic peak within yourself. Well, ejaculation is just the physical release of the semen. Okay. So it's very distinctly different. Very much so. They can occur together or separately. Okay. And literally with breath work, focus, and pelvic floor strength, men can learn to experience dry orgasms or circulate energy through the whole body. Okay. This is not just, listen, this is scientific back proof. Okay. You can do this. This leads to multi orgasmic potential for you guys and deeper connection and extended vitality. You don't need to release to feel the release or explosion. And you don't need to spill to experience power.
Yes, yes. And you can have multiple orgasms like a
Yes.
woman. So, what are the benefits of semen retention, Toby? You touched a little bit at the beginning, but I want to dissect those again because there are a lot of benefits. Okay,
Well,
tell me.
we can start because it increases clarity, confidence, creativity, and magnetism as a whole. Because it's an overflowing cup, it's a full energetic biofield. The energy of that man shifts the room. When he steps, it's not just his feet shaking the universe, it's his vibration shifting his universe.
Yes, I like it.
Okay. And it's real. And, men, when you hold your seed, you hold your magnetism. Okay, they feel more focused, assertive, more of a visionary, and energized.
Yes, it's like plugging into your own power source, something like that. Okay, many who practices semen retention report feeling more ambitious, focused, as you said, and aligned with their purposes. That's what I usually hear. So, Andrea, I need to teach my husband about that. Yes, you need. If you don't know how, I do teach men how to do semen retention, to practice semen retention. Okay, that's what I do also.
Yeah. And
Um,
like I told Andy, that, if she needs to reach out to please do, because you could be an asset to her. Like, that definitely,
yes, yes, and it's something that, as you said, when we were not live, you said something very beautiful. I want to say it again because the audience wasn't listening because we weren't live. You said we are here now. It's our moment because we are teaching people what they really. Money is not being not is not wealth anymore. What we have is wealth. Practicing semen retention, um, plugging into that power, that is wealth.
yes.
Okay? And that's what we teach.
Yes. And in this great time of change on the planet, you are right, Dina. This is the greatest abundance. To hold is the key wisdom, to allow and lead everybody else back to their most powerful state. And because we hold these power states, obviously we can show others the way to get and acquire these things too. We have all the tools and tricks if we've done it for our own beings.
Yeah.
You see, it can't be denied, it can't be avoided, and we are experts. So everybody who is out there that wants to feel powerful and on purpose, whether you're a man or a woman, listen, you have an opportunity with both of us here. You have all of our links in the description of these videos. You are able to come and see us here every Thursday for our half an hour of wealth that we grant and love and share with you all. But if you want the true power, you take the next step on purpose to reach out to either one of us, to take your power back, because that's rightfully yours. That's what you were born with. And yes, it is your abundant birthright. So it's time to, instead of leaking it to every person, place, and thing, just to have your immediate satisfaction. What is that? Your instant gratification bullshit that doesn't last. Let's get the eternal, everlasting overflow going with you.
Yes. You know, Tobi, I want to say something about over ejaculation, okay? Because a lot of men think they are like women instead of thinking like men. So women can come 100 times, they can ejaculate 100 times and make them powerful. More powerful. The more you come, the more powerful you become. But a man, they try to do it as they're young, 1 and 2 and 3, sometimes four times they ejaculate. But you are not a lady. Over ejaculation can be like draining your battery. Really, it can snap your masculine vitality. You need to focus. It can drain your masculine vitality. It can drain your focus, and it can drain your ambition. If you are constantly spilling your seed, you might experience burnout, mood swings like a lady, or a dip in confidence. Yeah.
Actually, you know what? I'm going to give you all one very powerful punch in the throat right now. A man who leaks energy loses his mission. A man who retains it moves mountains.
Yes, ma'am.
Simple. Okay. And you touched on a very important part of this, because over ejaculation drains masculine vitality, focus, ambition. And you know what? Especially when unconscious or excessive, leads to fatigue, brain fog, mood dips, depression in some men. And then porn addiction and compulsive release drain the dopamine system.
Yes.
Okay. And it lowers your motivation, but it also lowers your sensitivity to pleasure. Retention resets the nervous system. It refuels your masculine drive, and it restores your primal hunger for purpose. Now, what could be more of a turn on for a woman like me?
I love that. I love that. True.
And you had a question here, Dina, and I want to bring it up because I think maybe there could be others that need to know about this too. Andy says, how can I bring it up to him without hurting his masculinity?
Andrea, I love you. I love you because this is a question that the majority of my clients have. Look, you need to be tactful, and that's why I give sexy soirees. These are sex toy parties, and I do it online also. And you'll get him into the vibe, and then maybe I'll touch a little bit about semen retention. Maybe he has questions, and when I close off the screen, then you can talk to him. Then you can ask or propose that you want to experience something, and then he'll go with you, because it will be very, very fun. I do it very fun. You need to enter this area with him tactfully, with fun, and make it clear that you want, if you are years in a marriage, okay, I know what's going on, I know what it gets bored, so he wants to do everything to have a taste of something new, so he will go with you. That's how I can explain
So
it. That's
we've
how I
got
do
a
it.
couple of minutes here, Dina. Let's quickly get into some tools and tips to practice retention. Okay, so I'll just quickly jump because we're going to wrap up this episode real quick. So, okay, without repression, practice edging. Okay, building
Uh-huh.
arousal, then pulling back before ejaculation. Use breath work, slow inhale, long exhale, focus, pelvic engagement, Kegels to ride the wave. Replace habitual release with intention, movement, creativity, or intimacy without climax. Use sex as a ritual, not a release. Channel energy upward through your body via visualization or energy locks. Okay? Dina, you want to throw in whatever you can because they need to understand that retention isn't about saying no to sex. It's about saying yes to your power.
I do recommend for you, for if you like what we are talking about, to try masturbating and um, before you go and enter a pussy, because it will be more difficult if you are engaging in love making and you want to pull out. Okay, and if the woman is not helping you out, she may be moving, and then it will become even more hot and you will ejaculate. So I recommend masturbation and try to retain your semen like that, and try to get those orgasm before you engage with a woman. Then at least you know how these orgasms are, and you can get it with a woman also.
I love it. I love it. Well, I'll tell you guys the sacred role of semen in creation, manifestation, and energetic mastery is serious. Your seed contains literal creation codes. Biologically, it creates life. Energetically, it manifests dreams. Retaining semen while focusing intention can supercharge your manifestations, clarity, and leadership. Okay? It's not just about what you do. Okay? It's about what you now have energy to become. Okay? Literally.
Yes.
And now it's
Yeah.
time to rise. Divine masculines, please own your
Yes.
power. Retain your seed. That's not for everybody. Dina, let's have a spitfire here. Why don't you remind everybody to reach out to you before we wrap up this episode?
Yes, you can send me a message through Messenger, Dina Alexander in Facebook account, SSA Coach Facebook account, SSA Coach Aruba Instagram account. My webpage is www.successbliss.love, and you can make an appointment with me and we have a chat. I love that.
Okay, that's awesome. And I love being here with you, Dina. Thank you again for us doing another awesome episode. To everybody watching, we're grateful for your time and energy. And we really trust that you'll be out here again with us next Thursday at noon. And I have a message to all the men from a divine feminine. You're not meant to waste your power. You're meant to wield it. Your seed is sacred. Your pleasure is potent. And your presence is divine. Okay? When you stop chasing release, you start embodying royalty. All right? It's time to step into your king statesman. Okay? And that's what it is. Own your crown. Guys, we'll see you next week. We love you. Bye.